Welcome. You're the first guest with our new investor checklist here on Worldwide Exchange. Let's go to the last point first. Do you believe that we have seen enough corporate earnings that you feel comfortable about the way corporate America is doing right now?
I think that the current results are fine, actually. The problem is, what do we expect for the future? Because we're looking at a slowdown in a lot of parts of the world that does affect American companies as well. So a lot of people are now saying earnings are actually going to go negative or negative earnings growth in the first quarter this year. So the checkbox is finished in the sense that, yeah, we're pretty well through first quarter earnings season. But the CFOs have been tamping down guidance. They've got a lot of good reasons to try to soft pedal expectations. And so I think that that's still a real question mark, is just how strong the earnings quality will be coming into the new year.
But there almost was, I don't want to say the P word, panic, but there was certainly, Michael, heading into earnings season, given December and given some of the analyst revisions, a lot of fear around how these numbers and the guidance might look. Do you think that it doesn't seem like the worst has come to pass?
No, and in fact, the stock market has been remarkably resilient given how rapidly earnings expectations are coming down for this year, which says to me that although they're coming down, they're not coming down as hard or as fast as a lot of people were worried back in December. Plus, right now, you've got all the good news. You mentioned those checklist items. Well, most of them are looking pretty good. It's unlikely, I think, that there will be a shutdown based on the border issue, because if Congress has a deal, the president would probably be well advised to sign it, and then if he needs to do something else, he can figure out what else to do, but at least there won't be a shutdown. The economic numbers are looking very strong. The JOLTS number yesterday was fantastic. You look at the Fed being very, very dovish right now. All of these items, and certainly the China negotiations, are looking positive. So a lot of the things that people panicked about in December don't look so panicky right now. They look pretty good right now. But the underlying economic issues are still a little bit softer than they were before. And the corporate earnings expectations a little bit softer, maybe even negative growth. So I'm not sure we're totally out of the woods here.
Okay, but let's go back and show the wall again, guys, because we got 5 issues in our checklist, okay? And it is possible that all 5 of those things could be checked off. If we get some kind of a Brexit deal, the deadline's March 29th, something's going to happen. The debt limit also in March, something's going to happen. By the end of the quarter, Michael, all 5 of those boxes could theoretically be checked off. And I'm being optimistic here, because why not? If that happens, what happens to the market?
Well, by that point, you're already into first quarter earnings reporting, and people will want to see whether we came through the first quarter looking good. Did the shutdown that we already went through have any meaningful effect? I think at that point, there won't be a whole lot of macro concerns. And if anything, if all the things that you've described work out very well, and if the stock market's up another 5 or 10% at that point, my goodness, the Fed is going to say, wow, we're overheating. They might actually start raising rates. That is not in market expectations right now. So I think I don't want investors to get too happy. Yeah, there's a lot of good check marks being checked off, but there's still some risk in the market, and I think we still need to be somewhat sober about that.
Yeah, and you exposed our dirty little secret, Michael, which is that the earnings box will never, ever be finally checked. Every quarter, it just keeps coming. But we're going to keep it up on the wall anyway. Michael Tyler, you have a great day. We appreciate it. Thank you very much. All right, there is the Milken Institute Summit happening in Abu Dhabi. It's an annual event, and there were some shocking comments that came out of a former top executive at Facebook when interviewed by our very own